Colin's Homebrew
Coming at you.
with a beer review. Hey, I've got Colin over here. You know, this just doesn't happen because he's a busy man. This guy goes to school, college. He has kids, 3 sons, and a job. Yeah, he works at Intel. Oops, should I say that?
Too much stuff.
So this is a beer that I bought just shy of 2 years ago. I bought it in August of 2017, and I've been waiting all this time to review this with him.
It's my fault.
He loves porters and big beers. Here it is. It's the Imperial Coconut Porter. It's from Maui Brewing out of Kihei, Maui, Hawaii.
Who doesn't love Hawaii?
It's made with all-natural toasted coconut, and it won a gold medal at the 2016 Great American Beer Festival. I'm going to tell you what, too. I remember having it. Yeah, it's that good. It's Imperial Porter. That's a phrase you don't hear very often. You always assume that means they're stouts. Not the case. It imbibes the porter quality, just high octane at 9.4% ABV.
Perfect.
And 30 IBUs. So there is a decent amount of bitterness. We're going to get into this one.
Let's do it. And you should look at this thing. It's got a nice head. It's not too rocky, but it's not too thick. There's not a whole lot there. And it's just dark. I mean, there's no way around it. It's black. That's what that is.
I don't know what 2 years is going to do to this, but I'm excited to find out.
Hey, you know.
So he did a good job on the description. Let's get the nose, though.
Ooh.
Now it's cold, so that character is going to pick up as it warms. But
I'm definitely getting cocoa right off the bat. I'm definitely getting the cocoa. And a little bit of the coconut.
You know, I expect coconut to fade, but you definitely get the cocoa, and you get a light hint of like coffee quality to it.
Just a tiny bit, yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't honestly say that I'm getting coconut at this point.
You know, I thought I might have gotten it, but maybe I'm just crazy. I'm definitely getting some kind of earthiness to it.
Yeah, it's earthy. When you said cocoa, I was thinking chocolate, and I definitely get chocolate quality.
Chocolate, cocoa. You know, in my book, I'm lazy.
Well, this
but
nose...
I'm getting a roasted malt, too. There's a light hint of malt.
You definitely get the roast. Absolutely. And as you said, earthiness. I like that.
Yeah.
But the rest isn't going to come out till it warmed up. This has been sitting in the fridge, so it's going to be quite cool, much cooler than you would normally want to serve this. This has been stored in the 40s as I just pulled it out. So as it warms in the 50s, we're going to get a lot more. So we're going to jump in on the taste right away.
We'll
see how it changes as it goes. Go for it.
Well, I maybe I'm crazy, but I'm definitely getting some like tannins, almost like that roastiness, that earthiness, that kind of deep, complex flavors.
It's interesting. Has a bit of a creamy quality. It has a sweet, creamy quality. Almost as if it had vanilla on it.
Almost. It's definitely rich and smooth. It's got a full mouthfeel, but not overwhelming at the same time. It's a full mouthfeel that kind of dwindles almost immediately, so it doesn't.
Yeah, I'd say it's on the light end of full, but it definitely is.
It's almost a medium, but not quite.
Yeah. But I love the sweet quality. The coconut flavor is coming through lightly in that sweetness. It's just...
It's more of a toasted coconut to me.
And that's exactly what it is. They've taken the fresh coconut, they've toasted it right from the islands. And you do get that, it's a really nice roast. It's a very balanced roast.
Yeah. The bitterness isn't really coming through. It's just got the tiniest amount, but it's like it's perfect for what this is.
It really is.
I don't know.
It's just enough bitterness to balance out the sweet flavors on the beer.
But it's not overly sweet either. It's just really, really well balanced. It is amazing. You just get the slight hint of like a toffee or vanilla or caramel or something.
You get a little bit of both. You get a light caramel. The caramel, because it's a darker roast, makes me think, not quite, but towards that creme brulee-esque direction. And you get some toffee quality to it as well.
Yeah.
But it's definitely more of a cocoa, dark chocolate type flavors.
Yeah. And that's still, it's a subtle chocolate flavor too.
But then you get some toasted flavors in it, so I'm assuming that's coming off the coconut then.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
It had a little more booze to it when I had it fresh, but
maybe that's what's missing.
I think what I really dug about it was just how balanced this beer was with the flavors that it had.
It's being candid, probably one of the most balanced beers I've ever had, honestly. So,
and he's a fan more on the porter end, but he likes the sweeter beers too. So
yeah, I tend to like. I'm a sweet tooth, but really, you don't want something like this to be that sweet, but it's not overly bitter either. It's got a great mouthfeel. It's rich. It's smooth. It's sweet, but not too sweet. It's got some of that bitterness to blend it. It's got everything. Gold medal indeed.
So hopefully you can see the excitement on my face that this is held for 2 years that Colin gets to enjoy it.
It's astounding. I love it.
We're going to take a little time and we'll be back with some numbers. Well, we've let it warm a little bit. What do you think now?
I still think it's amazing. Well, as it's warming, the aroma has definitely opened up. You're actually getting the coconut aroma off of that. You can definitely smell a little bit more of that cocoa, and you're getting more of the malt and earthy kind of stuff. It's just kind of really opening and expanding.
For me, it's more boozy. You get
Slightly.
more of that 9.4%. You know it's there now. And as Colin said, you get some of that more of that toasted coconut quality coming through. The chocolates seem a little bit more vibrant and rich. Just a lot more character going on, and so if you kind of breathe it in and take it in, it's just wow. It's just that much better.
As it's warmed, some of the sweetness has subsided and the bitterness has come forward, but not a lot. It's still very well balanced, so no worries there.
I like boozy beers. I'm not disappointed.
And the booze is nice. I won't lie. I'll take a barley wine any day.
All right, so now we can move towards ratings. I don't know how we want to rate this. You don't really rate an Imperial Porter all that often. So if you just want to really rate it as a porter or whatever, I don't know. But let's go in terms of style, more or less.
In terms of style, I don't know. I could almost pit it against a porter or an Imperial stout for that matter. Thinking of either of those, honestly, I think I'm going to debate it 97, 98. It's, damn, it is balanced as hell, pardon me.
Yeah, he's right on. In terms of style for this beer, they've just nailed it because you do get the qualities that you expect out of the beer. Even with 2 years of age, we're still getting some of that coconut quality, which was, I can tell you, brighter when it was fresh. But it's still good and it's still balanced. And it's just, yeah, he's right on. I'm giving this for style a 98. It's just rocking it.
If you happen to be in the Hawaii area and you can grab one of those, send it our way. We'll send you whatever you want.
Now remember, this is a style in terms of porters. I'm not comparing it to stouts. Stouts exhibit different flavors.
Sure.
And this is one of the beautiful things about this beer is it really is exhibiting a porter flavor.
It really does.
And not a stout flavor. And that's a huge difference. And it does that as an Imperial. All right. Overall, in terms of beers in general for you, you have your own favorite styles and flavors. How do you rate it now?
Well, considering that I do love the dark beers, and I'm more of a porter guy than a stout guy, but you do find more stouts out there, I'm only going to drop a tiny bit and say a 95 because it is boozy, and you don't want to get trashed on this thing all the time. But that's really my only reasoning. This is still a phenomenal beer.
Well,
enough said for me.
I like boozy. I'm going 96.
There you go.
It gets points for the boozy. It gets points for holding up over time. This is a great beer.
Well, if you want to give it points for holding up over time, sure, I'll give it the extra point and go to a 96. Why not? I want to know what this thing tastes like fresh. Now I'm kind of jelly.
Woohoo!
Just a little jelly.
Here it is again. It is the Imperial Coconut Porter. If you watched my Hawaii video I put out 2 years ago, you'll know I loved this. It's from Maui Brewing. They're actually brewing areas in Kihei, Maui, Hawaii. Where I enjoyed it was in the county of Lahaina, and it was in Kahana Falls, Kauai, Hawaii. Good stuff, folks. It's a 9.4% ABV Imperial Porter. This is Kevin.
And Colin.
Saying life is too short
To drink cheap beer.
and we'll see you
On the next beer review.